Yo, what's going on, YouTube? And welcome back to another edition of 30-Minute Sessions. I got a special guest with me today. I got Jayden The Champ. What's up, Jayden? How's your day going?
Nah, we
Let's
good,
get it.
man. How about you?
Good. Let's get it. And thank you for joining me today on the channel. Basically, what this sessions is about is we just talk to Giants fans about the team. And we bring Giants fans on and we kind of just have a 30-minute conversation. I thought of doing it this way because it's a little bit more intimate. Sometimes on streams, I love streams, don't get me wrong, but everybody's on, everybody wants to get their point across. So I just think that a little bit more intimate conversation like that will probably be good for the viewers. And also too, you get to know a little bit about what everybody's thinking with a little bit more intimate conversation. My first topic of today's episode, Jayden, is let's talk about Isaiah Wilson. Now, there's been an article that came out I was reading earlier that you know that Isaiah Wilson and Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas is saying that Isaiah Wilson is taking significant steps forward. Now, this is a former first round pick. I believe he was, if I'm not mistaken, it was like the 29th pick, I believe, in that draft by the Tennessee Titans, if I'm not correct. That being said, he played, I believe he played tackle at Georgia when he was there with Andrew Thomas, but we're gonna be moving him to guard. So that being said, Andrew Thomas also said that it's similar schemes what they did at Georgia. So he's hoping that he can catch on, and Andrew Thomas says that he's taken a significant step forward. Being that this is a prior first round pick and this is not like an undrafted free agency. Do you think that Isaiah Thomas? Do you think Isaiah Wilson can turn it around and be a significant lineman for us for the years going forward?
I personally think so. But for the few games, he's gonna have to get used to the system because it's
Absolutely.
not gonna start right away. Because it's gonna take him like a few games to get that chemistry going.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And also too, I just feel that it's why not? You know what I'm saying? Why not take a project player that hasn't really lived up to his value and was on practice squads? You know what I'm saying? Why not take him and why not develop him? And there's a high ceiling, a low risk, high reward kind of situation we have here. Getting into injuries, it looks like Barkley's going to be back against Tampa. It looks like Andrew Thomas is going to be back against Tampa. Looks
I
like
can't
Sterling
wait.
Shepard is going to be back against Tampa. So I just want let's just cover those three injuries before we get into the full deep dive on Tampa. What do you feel about those three guys coming back against Tampa?
Them three coming back helps the entire offense. Like
Mm-hmm.
when Andrew Thomas, like when he's in there, we could do a lot of play action. We could throw the ball deep a lot because we have him blocking. And with Barkley in the back, he's able to run through the holes, get the first downs. You know, he's able to make big
Absolutely.
plays when we need him to. With Shepard, when he's healthy, he's one of our best receivers on the team easily. But it's just my opinion, though.
No, and absolutely, and that's why I wanted to bring you on to get your opinion. I know sometimes on streams it could be hard, but like 9 people on streams to get your opinion out there, and that's why I wanted to bring you on here personally. Speaking of Sterling Shepard, and we got Evan Ingram. I know it's past trade deadline, but if you look at it, Sterling Shepard can't stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's a really, really good weapon. He's a really good receiver when he's on the field, but it's about reliability. And the last 5 seasons, he only had 2 full seasons. Now I like Sterling Shepard. I'm not just throw him to the corner, throw him to the wolves. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, yeah, we have to rely on you. The wide receiver department in general been stripped the past 9 years with the Giants having a stud in and then depending on the fifth round pick and then having another young stud in and then depending on another fifth. Like it's just so much depending on undrafted free agents, later picks in the rounds. We never had a situation where all of our picks performed didn't even have to perform to a high standard. It's just that it's hard, because Sterling Shepard has so much talent, and when he's not on the field, it's just such a waste of that talent, and that's what I mean by that. I think Sterling Shepard deserves to be in the NFL, but at the end of the day, it's it's hard when you miss a lot of games. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be a dick, but the only reason why I'm bringing this up is my bad for that longer rant right there. But Sterling Shepard and Evan Ingram, do you want them on the team next year? Could we see them trading them in the offseason? What do you think is going to happen with them?
If I had to be realistic, well, I'm gonna
Yeah,
keep it real.
keep it real.
I don't think we're gonna trade Ingram, but I do think we will be trading Stanley Shepard. Well,
Okay,
it's a
me too.
possibility that we trade Ingram. The most we can get out of it is like a fourth round pick. I don't see us getting a third. Same thing. It was Shepard. I don't see us getting a third. The most I see is like a fourth.
Yeah, I think so too. And the only chance we're getting a third, if it's not gonna happen. I mean,
No,
like
not like, but
we would have if teams like Green Bay wanted a tight end, being that they're depending on Lewis right now, they would have really traded for Ingram, you know.
yeah,
And obviously, they don't want to give up draft value for him. So I believe you're absolutely probably right. The highest we're probably gonna get is a fourth. Absolutely.
yeah, because I know you were talking about Shepard being hurt a lot. It's the same thing with Barkley. It's the same exact thing.
Yeah.
You know, with both of them are hurt a lot, it hurts the team. But I'm glad we have like Booker, we have like Tony, they're able to back some of these guys up who could just go in there and step up to the plate and do what they have to do.
Absolutely. And speaking of stepping up to the plate, that's exactly what our defense did. You know, the last 3 weeks they stepped up to the plate and the players came in and they owned their position. And that being said, I believe we went from the 18th ranked defense in most points allowed to like the sixth ranked defense just in a matter of 3 weeks. So that's strong. Not only that is our defense was in the top three defenses for the past. If you just take the past 3 weeks, we are high up there in the standings. That being said, it's a long season, right? We still have a whole half of the season to go. Um, we don't want to overlook anybody. We don't want to just overlook Tampa, and we always want to take it one game at a time, right? But when I pose this question, I just want to kind of look at it as the broad spectrum of the second half of the season. If our defense, say our defense comes out and this is why that Tampa game is so important to us, and that's why we're gonna get into it final because it's probably gonna take the most time on it. Being that our defense showed us that they can clearly stop good teams and keep them under 20 points. That's a big thing in the NFL. If you can keep a really explosive offense under 20 points, that's really big, right? You have a chance to win any game. Um, if that defense shows up, going forward, do you think that we have a chance to really have something special in this defense going forward? And do you think that sets us up? Maybe I don't want to just jump to conclusions and overlook anything, but on a playoff run, if our healthy offense starts getting good and getting back, and our defense steps up. I'm not talking about like a high playoff one, but I'm just talking about like that seventh seed into the playoffs, kind of fight ourselves into that wild card kind of spot. What's your thoughts on that?
Um, if we could beat Tampa Bay and win the rest of the games, I don't think it's gonna happen. But in this,
Mm-hmm.
if we're gonna have a chance, we have to go 4-2 in this division.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we don't go 4-2 in the division, I think we out. To be honest with you, like we have a chance against Tampa Bay because our defense gave up 13 points in their last 3 games. Because I'm gonna tell you who stepped up the most in those last 3 games: Xavier McKinney.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, because right now he's been our best defensive player, but you could say Aziz second. You could argue who's third.
I think Williams will obviously be top two as well, top three if you wanna. I actually probably put just based on his performance overall, maybe you have to put Williams up there as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's the fact. For me,
I'll
I
let you
want to say
continue.
I want to say Xavier McKinney first, but I don't know him or Aziz. It's a tough one, but I want to say McKinney because McKinney saved us that whole game against the Raiders. Them two
Absolutely.
picks saved us the game. Because if he ain't get those 2 picks, I think we was going to get blown out. Now it could have been a close game, but I still feel like if we would have lost without those 2 picks, I like the draft picks this year, man. I
I do
think.
too.
Yeah, wait, we have like 11 or 10, I think.
I think we have 11.
Oh wow.
That's major.
Yeah.
Thoughts. Speaking of draft picks, we can even go down that route too. Thoughts on thoughts on where do you think the Bears is gonna finish? Where do you think we're gonna finish? So probably give your predictions on where we're probably gonna pick in the draft and who do you have us? What position do you have us attacking in the draft?
What? Like the first pick, I see us going after the center or right tackle.
Okay.
Those like the two main positions on offense.
You think that's gonna be like a top 10 pick? Is it gonna be our pick? Is it gonna be Chicago's pick?
uh I think it's gonna be like a top 15 pick,
Top
depending on
15? Gotcha.
depending on our record too. That all
Got you, got
depends.
you. That is true.
Yeah, in the second round, take an edge. Do we have another second round pick? We only got one.
I believe we have two second round picks.
We go after a linebacker.
We might have two third round picks actually. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you go after a
Yeah.
linebacker. After that, you could take like a some type of running back. Because I do see us drafting a running back like at the third or fourth round.
Yeah, I see us drafting a running back, maybe third or fourth round, maybe fifth round. We're gonna see how deep the running back position is this upcoming draft. I see us even drafting a wide receiver later on, though. I want a wide receiver in the sixth and the seventh. You know,
I don't think we need a receiver.
I don't think we need a receiver, but I just think
Oh yeah, for like depth wise, okay.
just depth, just for depth. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
And
our wide receivers
if we could
do
get a
that.
sneaky, we don't know how deep the wide receiver draft is, but there's always wide receivers that fall, and you can always sneak one in the sixth, seventh round. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
To me,
Absolutely.
it doesn't matter when they get picked. It's about how they produce on the team. That's all that really
Mhm.
matters the most. Because for me, I don't want we don't always have to draft the best player. Let's draft players who's able to get the job done and win. That's all we want. Because we got Barkley, but listen, we haven't won that many games with him. I just want players who's able to win, like the Jeremy Shockey, the Omar Bradshaw, the Brandon Jacobs. We need players who just come in here, do what they have to do, win us games and win some Super Bowls. I think that's what most Giants fans want at the end of the day.
Mhm. Oh, absolutely. We just want to win, and we don't care where you was drafted, as long as you come in and you want to learn and you want to get better and you want to play football. And once you start, I never played football honestly, but I played basketball. But just in any sport, once you start thinking about it, and once you start just overthinking it and just going out there and thinking, don't go out there and think, just go out there and react and have fun. If you go out there and you react and have fun and these players can go out there and execute, it makes it such a different game. We've seen in early on in the week, these players was just thinking before they was reacting. So it was late to the tackles. It was just bad. It was a cluster F, you know what I'm saying? But seeing how this defense came back the last 3 weeks and how they just started playing football, you know, it just they just went out there and played the game that they loved, and it showed because of the because of the way that these games finished. And I get it, people can say like, well, you obviously you're gonna play better if you're winning, if your team's scoring. But I get that. But at the end of the day, we also seen them play with a different attitude, and that's the culture change that I want to see going forward. Um, excuse me, with this organization, being that if we're gonna keep Judge around, if we're gonna keep Patrick Graham around, um, I don't know what's gonna happen to Garrett just yet. I don't know gonna happen to Dave Gettleman just yet. If you was to ask me, I wanted to fire Patrick Graham in week 5 of the season. You ask me now, I'm having second thoughts. I wanted to fire Coach Joe Judge in the week 5. I'm having second thoughts. Garrett, who knows? We might see him gone after the season. Um, Gettleman, we'll see how the season turns out. But if this whole regime stays together, um, hopefully this next half of the season can be a culture change, and we can actually build something going forward. Because if we don't take, you can go to the playoffs. What I want us to take out of this season is established culture change, and we know who the Giants are
Yeah,
going
and
to
that's
be next season.
yeah. Because look, we can't just fire a coach every 2 years and hire new coaches every 2 years. We
Mm-hmm.
can't keep doing it because at some point You're gonna have to rebuild the team. You know, you're gonna keep starting from fresh because the wins it's not gonna be up here. It's gonna be low.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, also I have a question.
Absolutely.
What's your overall thoughts on the Giants coaching staff this year? If you
You know,
if you was like to give a grade,
if I had to give a grade, there'll be a solid C. Solid C. Reason being is been a lot of mistakes. There's been a lot of mistakes early on. You know, they entered the first half of the semester, you know, late to class, missing class, you know, lazy assignments. Then looks like the second half of the semester, we'll just put it in quarters, being that we're halfway through the season. So the first quarters, the report quarters was solid D's, damn near F's. All right, damn near F's and D's for the first quarter, maybe some C's. But then in the second quarter, you know, they actually showed up. You know what I'm saying? And they got some A's and B's on the report card. So now that matches, those two come together, and now we have a solid C's as a grade. If that kind of makes sense. You know, it's like an easy way to answer it, but hopefully you kind of get where I'm coming from.
yeah, I think the Giants coaching staff it hasn't been up to par
Mm-hmm.
this year, especially some of these penalties. Well, some of
Yeah,
these mistakes that's cost us the game. I
yeah.
would
I
actually
mean,
break
like,
it down. Dexter Lawrence jumping off sides.
mm-hmm,
Adoree Jackson drops a pick. The other
mm-hmm.
one, Elijah Penny taunts. It's like another one, O'Shane Simmons. I don't know why he's still on the team, but anyway, he jumps offside. That cost us the pick.
That's true.
Like it's like these little things cost us games because we should be 6-3 right now, but instead it's reversed.
And that's the thing too. It's hard because, you know, we were so easy to look at Garrett. It's so easy to look at Garrett or look at Graham or look at Judge and blame them or look at Gettleman if you wanted to. Um, Look at Thomas McGee if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I check that special teams, right? That offsides penalty. So you can you can look at all of that, but I also look at it too. Like we were so the reason why like it sucks because like if you not just let's look at Garrett. Let's just say look at Garrett, right? We have a lot of energy right now in the Giants community about some sides say fire Garrett, some sides say keep Garrett, some guys say it's not Garrett's fault. Right, three different sides of it. Right, with Garrett, it's I didn't like his play callings in week 1, 2, and 3. I didn't like it at all. Right,
I've never been a fan of it.
right. Then
Well,
then
like,
then.
it's like he has games where he could call a
Mhm,
good game, like the Saints.
mhm.
Like he has games where he
That's
could
what I was gonna say.
like against the Raiders. I ain't like the play
Mhm,
calling at all. It's like on 3rd and 2, instead of running the ball, roll out play action. Why am I doing a trick
mhm.
play with Tony? I
Yeah,
didn't get it. I looked at him like, oh my god, here we go with this.
yeah, right. There's a lot of questions when it comes to it. Even when the possible, even not, even when like you have Berkeley fresh back off of an injury. Like where's Booker? Where's Booker early on? Booker was pretty good in preseason. That's why we kept him on the roster. Why not blend in Booker, right? So that didn't happen, right? In the
Yeah.
next couple of
Also,
weeks,
this the same thing with Tony. We ain't start him till like week 5.
exactly. Right. Then the next couple of weeks, it's he's getting a little bit better, but then now we have injuries, right? And now we're forced to start Tony. Now it's like, okay, now we're starting the rookie that we took in the first round. That makes a lot of sense, right? And then the second half of the season, well, the second half of the like past 3 weeks, he's been up and down. You know what I'm saying? He can't really get plays out there when injuries, and I get those people that say that. You know what I'm saying? So if you ask me about our coaching staff in general, to wrap it all up, Graham and Graham and Garrett, I still want to see a lot out of them going forward. A lot. All of our coaching staff. I can't even
Definitely.
I'm not even gonna exclude anybody. We've seen it be like this. It's a
Yeah,
roller
look,
coaster, you
Zion.
know?
I know we got the upset win against the Raiders, but everybody talking about the playoff chances. All right, listen. let's slow that down. I want to see more out of the Giants before I say anything.
That's why this Tampa
Because
game.
you know why? It'll be games where Giants will lose, and then everybody it gives up right away. That's why I would get build like a little winning streak. If we could do that, then I'm like, we actually have a chance because our division is still bad. It's
Yeah,
like,
that is
you
true.
know, it's like
And speak
if Washington could beat Tampa Bay, so can we. I don't see why not. Because
speaking of that, let's get into it. Speak of your method of victory, and just speak on the game in general. What we could do against Tampa, what you think we're gonna do against Tampa. Just speak on how you have us final score if you have us winning, if you don't have us winning. Just speak on Tampa. Let's get it.
uh, if
Let's
I
get a
was to
Tampa
say,
preview.
if we was to win, I'll say like I'm trying to think how many points we're gonna score against them. That's where it gets tricky at.
The
The
cornerbacks are back, but they're not the best in the league. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I, I I think it's gonna be like a 27 or 24 game. We
Okay.
win by 3. I would say how
Okay.
it is. You know, I'll expect Jason Garrett to call a good game on offense because he did it last year. But Dan Jones last year had the worst game of his career against that
Mhm.
same team, but he had a game with a touchdown on that same team. So it's like both. I think the defense gonna step up. You know, James Bradbury, who's been he ain't having a good year. Keep it
Yeah.
real. He's gonna be guarding Mike Evans. I think Adoree Jackson guarding Chris Godwin. I think.
If Godwin plays, he's good in Godwin. If not, they'll probably Brown, I guess.
Wait,
Tyler Johnson.
who's gonna be on Brown though?
I don't know if because Brown moves around too. I think, and then they got
Yeah,
Tyler Johnson there too. So
yeah.
that's a lot of weapons. If Godwin plays too, that's another one. You know.
The thing is, last year our defense was stopping them weapons though.
Yeah, there was. I just think too. It's like I have to go back and really I have to go back and watch that because I seen bits and pieces of it, but I didn't really go down and really watch what happened in Tampa last week. So I need to go back and I need
I'm
to
gonna
really
tell you
watch
what.
what happened there.
Look, here's how Washington scored that one touchdown. They did it in 10 minutes 26 seconds. You know how
They
they won?
just kept them off the field.
Yeah, keep the
Yeah.
team off the field, prevent them from getting like they and momentum going. That's why you dominate
Okay.
time of possession. That's the main thing of football.
Yeah.
Keep the score up, like you keep scoring and dominate time of possession. That's why I want Giants to get in running game, but against that Tampa Bay D line, I don't think that ain't gonna
I
work.
think
So
mix up the run game with a little bit of short action, short passing plays. You know what I'm saying? Like you
yeah,
speak of
yeah,
time of possession. Obviously, it's nice to do a 40-yard touchdown over the top. You know what I'm saying? That's always fun. And that
yeah.
comes available. That's always good. Take your shot. But
Yeah, listen,
um,
if we're around like midfield, why not throw it up to Galladay? Because he could go up and go get it. You could throw to
mhm.
John Ross because of the speed. He could run past the corner.
John Ross is
If
gonna
not,
yeah,
you get hit Evan Ingram over the middle because he gets open a lot with that. So
that's true.
I it's like I expect us to do a lot of rollout play actions.
There you go. Can you can you touch on Evan Ingram real fast? I know we're previewing that Tampa game, but Evan Ingram, I believe, is pretty good. Not great, but he's pretty good when he's not the number one target. When we have other
Yeah,
weapons around, like Berkeley, like Tony, like Shepard and Galladay, you know what I'm saying? Um,
yeah, that's a fact.
and we have all of them options, and Ingram doesn't necessarily get the attention of the defense. You know what I'm saying? Sneak
And
him
that,
out there
that's a
and
good
use him
part.
in a smart ways. Absolutely, and you can continue. Sorry for interrupting, but
Yeah.
let's get it.
Once you have like Evan Ingram, like once you have like Galladay, Tony Shepard, and Barkley, you take the attention off them, right? You focus on them. That's
Hmm.
why we could throw it at Ingram to like it's just like that. Like when Ingram catches the ball, he's like a top 5 tight end, but when he drops it, he looked like he's one of the worst in the league. You know,
Absolutely. Thoughts on Daniel Jones in this game, man? What are we gonna see out of this young guy? He had obviously a really good game in Tampa when he made his debut. What's your thoughts on this Daniel Jones? On you think that we're gonna have a good game? Andrew Thomas is back there, a little
Yep.
bit more trust in that left tackle. You know what I'm saying?
Look, I actually,
Landside matters a lot.
yeah, I actually believe it like this. I think Daniel Jones gonna ball out against the Tampa Bay defense, but when Andrew Thomas is there, it gives Daniel Jones more time to throw. More time to think about it. More time to him to get out the pocket because it's gonna collapse at some point. Because
Mhm.
Daniel Jones is fast. He's not necessarily elusive like Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, and him, but he has the speed for it. You know. And also, offensive
Absolutely.
line. Can y'all please block Daniel Jones? Like, holy crap. It's like every time I watch the offensive line, like Billy Price, he always sits down after the play. I'm like, if you don't get up, if you don't get up and start blocking.
I love it. I love it. All right, I'm gonna just throw out some numbers right now, and then you just give me a
Oh,
over or under.
also Zion.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody on Instagram chat, somebody sent me like Daniel Jones is his seventh because when it comes to drop passes, our wide receivers and tight ends are eight. They got 18th in total.
In
18 drop
total,
passes.
that's
No,
crazy.
to think about it. In yards per catch, yards after the play, touchdowns, everything. They have
Wow,
18 in total.
that's a lot if you ask me.
Yeah.
And you're getting paid a lot of money to receive these balls. That's crazy. I'm gonna throw out some numbers. You're just gonna give me. That sounded wrong, but let's just move faster. I'm gonna just throw out these
What's
numbers.
on that, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna just throw out these numbers, and I want you to just give it over or under. I'm gonna say Daniel Jones, 290 yards.
I could see like 250 and 3 touchdowns.
All right.
Also,
So
I
you're gonna
want
say you're gonna
Galladay.
say under.
I want Galladay and Tony to get a touchdown so I could be happy. If
All right. So
once they get a touchdown, I'm good.
all right. So I got you. You say over on or you say under on 290.
Mm, I don't know. It depends on Garrett though. That all depends. I'm gonna say over the 250.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna say under 290, right? All right. So we got Berkeley over or under 80 rushing yards.
Over, I'm gonna say it's just about 80.
Just gonna say over. Nice. All right. We got Tony over or under 50. I was gonna say 50 receptions, 50 passing yards.
Just like barely over 50.
Barely
It's
over
just it
50.
says if he throws the football.
All right. All right. McKinley over or under one interception.
I'm going with one.
You got me one. I like it. I like it. All right. We got Xyz over or under 1.5 sacks.
I'm gonna go with 1.5.
1.5. So you're gonna be split right there. Okay, awesome. And then let's do Williams over or under 1.5 sacks.
I'm gonna say 1 sack.
1 sack. All right. I'm gonna get Devontae Booker involved over or under 70 yards.
What like in the
In general,
yards?
yards of scrimmage, yeah, not rushing yards and just yards
I'm I'm
yards
thinking
as a
he's
whole.
gonna get like between 80 and 90.
I like it. I like it. And let's do one more. Let's do Kenny Galladay over under 75 receiving yards.
I think he's gonna have just about 75 yards and 1 touchdown.
I like it. I like it. Hell yeah. I just want to play that fast game. And is there anything else you want to talk about before we get out of here today, champ? Anything news you wanted to cover? Anything going on with the Giants that we didn't cover?
It's not that many things to talk about the Giants because we're in the middle of a bye week. Players getting in shape. You know. Also, could we please go back to real grass and football? Because everybody's been talking about it. You
Mm,
see, ever since we changed it, we had about like 50 ACLs injuries. A lot of
yeah.
players is getting hurt for that.
Yeah, I have to bring you on with Adam. He has some good thoughts about our field and why he thinks players is getting injured because of the turf not and the turf not being it's being too new and it's not being I think going back to grass will probably be the best thing going forward. It's going to cost the owners a little bit more money, but hey, you're billionaires and this is an NFL team, a professional sports team, and I think grass will probably be the best things going forward because we do practice on grass and then we play on turf. So that being said, Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon on this 30-minute session. And thank you so much for being here, champ, and being on. And hopefully we can get you on future episodes. And thank you so much for watching, guys. And you guys have a
And
great one.
also, everybody sub to Zion's channel. And my channel's like, it's like right here, you know the name? That's like my whole YouTube channel name.
Jayden's channel will be linked down below. And my bad for not plugging you at the beginning. I didn't know you made videos like that. You know what I'm saying? I knew you had a channel because I'm subscribed to it. And you guys should subscribe to it too. Let's get it.
Yep.
Thank you so much for watching. Jayden The Champ, Zenith, be out.